What's up, guys? It's Larry, and today we are talking about the Velotric Discover 2. Now, this thing has been sold out basically all summer, finally in stock again, but at a higher price tag. It went from $1,600 to, I think now just under $2,000, like $1,899. So is it still worth it at that price? We're gonna look at all the upgrades they made and make a decision. So let's talk about it. Second time I've filmed this entire video, mostly because the price change, and the whole time I was saying how great of a value this thing was at, $1,700. And after a lot of thinking, well, first it's important to say why the price went up. So it's all about how things are being imported from China, parts and batteries and all of that stuff. So it's not just Velotric. E-bikes across the board have gotten more expensive, and they're going to stay more expensive for the time being. So knowing that right away, I just have to say, if you're still looking for a reputable brand like Aviton or Velotric or Admotor or any of those other big names, they're all going to be a little more expensive now that this new trade law is in place. So keep that in mind, and remember, yeah, this is probably still a great value. Not to just throw away the whole thesis of this video and give you the answer right away, but it's still a great value. So now that that's out of the way, let's take a quick look at the parts that come with this thing, and then I'll share with you the couple weeks I've been riding this. I've had this trailer up, I take my girls to the park on it. We've done it all, and this thing's been able to handle all of it. So let's check out the parts real quick. To kick it off, we have great brakes. We got these Step-Thru hydraulic brakes. Hydraulic brakes should be a standard on almost any bike you're buying nowadays, and this has it. Fantastic. And Step-Thru is a very reputable brand. You got a full color screen with a great controller over here. You gotta love that. Your throttle is interesting. It's a very unique one. I don't know if it's a good thing yet or not that it looks exactly like your shifter, but very easy for your thumb to hit, which is nice. Moving right down to the battery here. You do have, I believe, a 15 amp hour battery roughly, which is way more than enough on a smaller bike like this. Paired with that 750 watt motor, you're going to be able to, haul your kids in a trailer, go on a long distance ride. It's going to be quality and last you over years. So I like to say anything over that 12, 13, into that 14 or 15 amp hour range and up, you're sitting good with a nice quality battery there. Then we're going to look at the fork real quick, which is actually a hydraulic fork. It's not a spring-loaded, which is going to give you a very smooth ride. Another thing I've rarely seen in e-bikes, so kudos for them, because that's a very nice feature. So a great fork, a really, probably the best I've seen in an e-bike in a while. Moving right along, nothing crazy here other than a torque sensor. Watch my video if you want to know the difference, but basically it's a lot better than a cadence sensor if you're looking for a more natural riding experience. Basically, the amount of power you put into riding, the rear hub is going to match that power. So if you pedal softly, you're only going to get a little bit of energy regardless of what pedal assist level you're at. Or if you start pedaling hard, it's going to give you a little extra juice. So that's basically, to sum up, what a torque sensor does. It gives you a natural feel, where a cadence sensor, if you're pedaling at all, it doesn't matter how much, it's going to give you the full power for whatever level you're on. So really nice touch having that. You have your 750 watt motor, which is more than enough on a small commuter bike like this. You have a Shimano branded Atlas, which is again a higher, it's not like high end, but it's not the cheapest one you can get. So right in that middle tier, more than enough, because you're probably not shifting a ton on a bike like this, but in case you are, you're good to go. This is packaging, take that off. And you got rear rack that comes with it, and something they've improved from the last model, you got rear brake and blinkers as that little extra bonus. You got your fenders, of course, which I'm not a huge fan of. I usually don't install them, like I'll put the front on later, but this came installed, so I'm gonna have a rear one, which is the only one you need in my opinion. And what else, man? This thing is getting a thumbs up as far as like just checking all the boxes. There's nothing I would improve. I had a lot of improvements that I would have asked for on the Discovery 1, and did they not deliver on Discovery 2? Yes, they did. That was a weird way of wording it, but I think you know what I'm saying. So we're going to keep riding it. I'm going to give it a full review, and we'll check back. Did I mention that there's also a USB port for charging your phone? You can mount it. You mount your phone, keep it charged off of this big battery, and yeah, it's a real one to consider, definitely. Even without riding it yet, can already tell you I got a good vibe from it. All right, so we've been riding this for a week now, and I figure I filmed a lot, but the best way to kind of drive this home, I think, would be a nice trip with my girls on the trailer. That'll give us just a great idea of how much power it has, because we already know build quality is great, the screen's great, performance is just totally fine, and if it can do it all, like go on a trip and that motor can carry my 3 and 1 year old, then you know it doesn't get better than that. So let's go ahead, we're gonna get this guy set up with the trailer, go on a trip, and I'll give my final thoughts here towards the end. Quick walkthrough guide for getting started. You got your power button right here. The great display fires up. You got all your info on here. You can go all the way to level 5 for max speed. Your throttle's here ready to go. And you got the blinkers, which you can see displayed there. You tap it again and it goes off. Very well thought out. Everything's on your thumb here. I don't necessarily like or dislike the throttle here. My only complaint is I wish it was on this side, and it'd be hard to flip it, so it's stuck here. That said, I think I can maybe get a different throttle if it gets annoying. So now when it comes to the modes and setting on here, you have this button that changes you from eco, trail, boost, and I'm just gonna shoot you straight. There's a very little difference between those modes. Like, yeah, it's a cool feature, but I was struggling to find what it was actually doing. So if you're buying this for something like these modes, I would say maybe on eco you can notice that you're gonna get like maybe stretch the battery out a little. It's not gonna use as much of the motor, but as far as like boost making you go faster or trail doing much, like, I don't know. Don't buy it for that reason. There's plenty of other reasons to get this thing, but not for settings like that. Last thing I'll leave you with is you probably don't even need to get a new seat. Almost every other e-bike, I'm like, yeah, you're gonna want a new seat, but this thing, pretty comfy. That says a lot. All right, going uphill here. Definitely might be more of a throttle move when you're hauling. We're putting some work in, but doing a good job. All right, we're just gonna do a quick test of throttle only while hauling the girls. And ready, set, go. And really great job. Yeah. Oh yeah. It handled that no problem. All right, so we made it here, no problems at all. I will say, you know, it's just been a little bit of a roller coaster. Obviously, we filmed this video twice now due to the price bump, and now that it is a little more expensive, there's more competition, right? But if you're considering this thing, I gotta say, just overall, for what it is,
it's just kind of perfect when it comes to build quality. Like, so let's say you are that person who wants something more casual and you're looking for these bikes in that, you know, under $2,000 price range. The tech, that's another really important thing on this bike. You have all those features that come on the app that are really impressive. You can't go wrong with those. And comfort's there, like out of the box, the seat, really good. The front suspension makes for a very smooth ride, and you know, it's noticeable too. Like, usually that's not something I even talk about in these videos, but it's noticeably more comfortable than almost any other e-bike I rode. And I have to say, like, for a utility situation like this where I'm, you know, hauling my girls around or using this bike trailer, I love that Step-Thru frame. I know it comes in both, so if you're considering which one, the ease of use of that Step-Thru, it's awesome. It's worth it, hands down. You know, we're no longer in the days where Step-Thru means like a girl's bike or anything like that. I truly think it's just like convenience and just an easier situation. So highly recommend going with the Step-Thru. Color's great. I mean, what else do I have to say? Like, it checks all the boxes. Like, really the only thing is, yeah, the price went up, and it's hard to get that out of my head because it would be a no-brainer, buy this now before the price went up. And now it's just, yeah, if this is the one you were considering, let this video be that, like, okay, yeah, you won't go wrong because it has everything you'd want. So basically, in summary, like, if you're looking for really longer rides, if you're looking for comfort, if you're looking for like a daily commuter, this thing has all of that. It's like not super heavy. You got everything ready to be mounted. You have all of the, you know, front rack mounts if you want to do some cargo work. You got a battery that you know is quality. You know it's going to be able to get you on a longer trip or last you a couple days between charges if you're using it for commuting. Got like little things like blinkers and tail lights that you know are going to keep you safe when you're riding. And basically, I give it just a thumbs up all around. It's great. What else is there to say? Again, maybe not for someone like me, and that's like the last thing I could say is just, it's maybe a smaller frame, it's a little more casual. I like maybe something a little torqueier, a little faster, a little more mopedy. This is definitely going to give you that great e-bike experience though. That torque sensor, it's a really natural feeling for a bike that has assistance. It really helps with those things. So definitely consider it. I don't know what else to say, but I will end it here. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see ya. Bye.